Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the APPF1, and it is the Tier 3 finale tonight. And this week we are in Australia. Yes, it's going to be just one thing to settle tonight, and that is the Constructors title. And with me in the commentary box, I have Kevin O'Reilly. Kevin, how are you, my friend?
Doing great. Only obviously just the Constructors Championship to fight for today, but still plenty of other positions all the way down to fight for as well. So it should be an interesting race.
Yes, a very interesting race it shall be too. Whilst the drivers are doing our laps, I will quickly just run through the drivers' standings, and then I'll let you do the constructors. Yes, we'll split this this week's workload. Drogon is our new Tier 3 champion on 133 points. And then in second position is James Gardner on 112 points, 21 points behind. Unfortunately, even if he does win and get the fastest lap, he will not win the title on countback. Drogon has done enough to win the championship. Let's just get the camera on the first car. Sorry. And then in third position, we have Robsu on 90 points, 43 points behind Drogon, but solidifying Kick Sauber's brilliant constructors form this year. And then in fourth we have Avenir on 88 points, and Joey B on 87, Runes on 83, and then Tyr on 81. Yes, it's pretty tight, for fourth position. Like a few of the top five, I know it's not relevant to some people, but in our podcast, myself, Ghost and Sumo have got a predictions championship, and that could mean everything when it comes to the points. So where did I get to? Yes, Josh the Guy is in 8th position on 72, MS on 57, Lufus, who is no longer with us, sadly. He hasn't died, he just quit the league after having his assists taken off of him. LB Racing, our two-time Tier 3 champion, has had a stinker of a season on 47 points. He is also joint on 47 points with Stanley. Then we have Nemo, Ralphie, F1 Addict, Bacon Bear, Manflow, OWR Shaggy, Primeval, and then just a bunch of reserves. And we have Canal Flow. I think I've pronounced that right, so please don't shoot me. Yes. Robsu is on a lap here at the moment. We'll run through the constructors when everyone's done their first runs. As Denko says, it was correct. Thank you. I've done it. There you go. We can end the stream now. Thank you very much. Tune in to Tier 3. We're done.
That's all for us today, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. So obviously it's our last race of the season. Kevin, is there anyone who you've got your eye on to take the win tonight in our season finale?
Well, you can't really put anything past Drogon, can you? I mean, he is our champion. But going with maybe a more outside bet, as usual, fancy JB. Avenir could be up there, and one more pick. I think it might rain, and I'm going to say Robsu.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think if there's rain, last season or the season before, Robsu was completely dominant in Australia in the rain, as Robsu normally does shine in the rain. As Daka has decided to make fun of my name in the chat. Yes, who drew it? Lawrence drew it. Yes. Thank you very much. As Avenir actually lights up the timing sheets with 1:16.3. That is very, very competitive.
That's a very quick lap.
Yes, that's the sort of times we would be seeing in Tier 2. And even in Tier 2, maybe high 15s, but that is still a very competitive lap, and I think we may have seen the pole lap already. Scott is in the chat. Let me race, goddammit. No, Scott, you are serving a race ban after driving into me last night. Yeah, I've
Scott,
given...
you killed him. Come on, Scott, what are you doing? Get him out of here.
So Robsu is going again on the same set of tyres. As it'd be very interesting. Joey B has found his way up to third in the Red Bull. Drogon is on a lap. No, he is not. He is currently invalidated. Hopefully, he's got enough fuel in the car to have another go. So I know Robsu is most definitely on a lap, yes. And he's just half a tenth down on his best time at the moment, but he still has a lot of battery in the tank, and if he can correctly use that ERS, then he will be absolutely fine, I would imagine. So no super cutting in these cars after this weekend. We'd have to deal with that crap until June. But yes, we will make the most of what looks to be our last proper season on F1 25. So we will make the most of this wonderful battery life we've got before we're all dropping down gears to try and preserve battery. Robsu has had enough of that lap. He is into the pits. And yes, I'd imagine everyone else is just slowly working their way around to the pits. There are a few drivers on laps. We've got Drogon. Is he having another bite of the cherry? Apparently it's a wet race. And if it's a wet race... If it's a wet race, I've called a blinder in the predictions championship because I put Robsu to win the race.
Not a bad one. Obviously, we saw in Monaco this season that was probably his most dominant drive ever, and that was in the rain. So, not a bad bet. Drogon is out on track again, I believe, going again, and I'm not sure what he's doing through the second sector, but he's burned a lot of his battery earlier. But here we go into the third sector for Drogon. He's very quick. I don't know if this is probably a second set of tyres, maybe his first set, but he's through into the final corner now, foot to the floor, onto the main straight for Drogon. Will he improve on what was already a brilliant lap time from Avenir? He goes up to P4.
It's a good lap from Drogon. Remember, Drogon, I believe, has ditched all the assists and is racing pretty much with no assists, unless someone corrects me. But he has decided, because I think we took racing line off of him, and he was like, no, actually, I'm just going to run with nothing. And you can see, wow, he's a worthy champion. He's ditched all of that, and he is flying as there's a bit of chat going on. Has Lawrence or Kevin noticed? Let me have a look. What is going on? What have we missed?
Going on?
Yes, what have we missed?
Something to do with... Oh, Runes is out.
Oh, it's Runes out. Oh, Runes. Oh. It's
you must have been it somewhere.
It's the season finale. It really does not... It doesn't count.
Well, it does. It seriously probably doesn't matter, because for the Constructors' Championship, that's really, really bad for Mercedes, who are already on the back foot by 33 points, but now has made the job a lot harder.
It's his home race. He's done an Oscar Piastri. He's in memorial of Oscar Piastri. He has binned it. And yes, that's not what Runes wants to do. As a F1 addict is starting a lap, very conservative, into the first corner is the Haas driver. using a little bit of his battery. Avenir goes even faster with a 16.0 and just flipping his middle finger up to the rest of the field in this Australian Grand Prix. Catch me if you can is Avenir's challenge for tonight, as I'm sure Robson will have something to say about that in the wet race. So F1 Addict around turn number 6, I believe it is, heading down this long, recently reprofiled back straight at Australia. I loved Australia. Well, I love it no matter what, even the old layout and this newer layout. I love both versions of it, so it's definitely one of my favourite tracks on the game.
Yes, it is quite a good track. F1 Addict is just under 2/10 up. This is looking like a better lap. Might get him ahead of Manflow if he keeps it going at this stage. As through the final corner, he's not got a lot of battery left, but he's going to burn it anyway up to the line. And what's it going to be? He does get him in front of Manflow. It's a 1:17.4.
Up to 8th, and we have got Robsu flying around the last corner. He's keeping the car straight. He goes half a second quicker, and he is on the front row with Avenir. This is the Robsu we know. Well, I call him the Robsu rocket ship because we know he runs low wings, and what better track to run 0-0 wings, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, there are quite a few, definitely a few straights around here. I don't know if I'll be going quite 0-0, but we'll see how the low wings pan out for him later on. When we get a full wet race and he is just understeering to Sydney. So see how that ends up.
What is Manflow doing? You're going to get yourself disqualified doing that, mate. Is he going to have to go for a lap? I'm going to pretend I didn't see that, but that was interesting, to say the least.
It was something. He's going to start the lap anyway. I'd be expecting he'll be quite a bit down just on that first straight, because that's going to cost you a lot of speed into the final corner. But anyway, let's see what he can do on this lap in through the first sector, through what is the car park for stadium next to this track, I believe, which is they go straight through it, but up to the first sector splits. He's still a 10th.5 up.
He is improving, indeed. He is a 10.5 up almost. Bacon Bear saying they are in the dry on the wet setup. So Bacon Bear is fully prepared for the race. As you do have a time. We do have Canal Flow around the last corner, stretching his legs to the line and up to 13th, as Canal Flow relegates Bacon Bear to last again. So that's P14 for Bacon Bear. Runes is also, as you said, it's going to have massive implications for the Mercedes Championship bid. But at the moment, they can't do too much because Kicksauber are doing everything they need to do, and that's just in qualifying. But the race is quite another situation.
It certainly is. At the moment, we have quite close gaps from Tier down to Stanley. It's looking very close. Manflow there just popping up into P8 just in front of the Haas of F1 Addict, and I believe is Avenir just starting a lap. He is. Avenir's already put in 2 cracking laps, looking to maybe put everyone else into even more shame in this qualifying session.
Yes, we'll ride on board with Avenir because he has definitely lit up the timing sheets today in Tier 3, and he is just fractionally down on his previous Sector 1 time. But still, as the track, as the session goes on, the track will evolve and only get faster and faster for the Mercedes driver. As I'm sure he's got enough in the bank. He is still he's matched his first 2 sectors. He has gone purple in the second sector. So if he hooks up this last sector, maybe, just maybe, he might get into the 15s. And
yeah, it could potentially.
Yes, and then we'll be telling him to retire. He's too fast. So around the last corner for Avenir, he is not messing around down under in Australia. He has got a firm grip on pole position. That's a 15.926. That is crazy.
Yeah, it certainly is. Something I noticed as well on that lap, which will make it sound even better. He had possibly the worst battery, the worst battery management throughout the lap I've seen at this track. It was all gone halfway through the third DRS zone down to 0, and he still managed to gain time through that third sector. So I reckon there's another tenth or two in the bank right there.
Yeah, well, this has definitely got the attention of the tier 2 drivers for tomorrow. This qualifying performance, because if he's doing this, then he is definitely going to be in contention. My best time is it's like a 16.1 or 2, I can't remember. So already I won't be able to beat that. So he is going to be there or thereabouts tomorrow. As we enter the last 2 minutes of qualifying, and a few drivers are on their final runs. Joey B he's bailed out of this lap. He's keeping his battery charged up for one last go in the Red Bull.
Yes, I still wouldn't count him out of getting in front of Robsu. Very talented drivers. Avenir has had enough. Avenir rightfully retires. He's finished and will probably get pole, but it's a big fight for second place right now, and JB is about to start a lap.
Yes, Joey B in the Red Bull, committing to the first corner, takes that very nicely. As I'd say that was a very, very solid first corner from the Red Bull driver. So into turn 3, turn 4. It's very tricky with getting the throttle down. Then turn 5, you blink and you miss it. Don't take too much curb, it will unsettle the car. And then turn 6, it's just a quick flick of the steering wheel, and he has matched his previous best. He is only 0.003 of a second down, as now Joey B charges down the back straight. DRS open, deploying some of his battery, and up to the sector 2 line. He is 19 thousandths up on his best time now, so pretty much equal through the first and second sector for Joey B. Needs to find some massive improvement to trouble Robsu in P2. Will the Red Bull driver, as looking fairly planted on the track, as around the penultimate corner and final corner comes the Red Bull to the line. DRS open, keeping the car as far, well, I'd say keeping it as far left. He's veered to the middle of the track, and no, he's just plowed it into the wall.
Yes. Who is coming behind him? We have got Tier, who's just marginally down through the second sector, but can he find an improvement? Yes, he can. Up to P3. We've also got, going through the last sector, that an Aston Martin. We've got Stanley, who's 3.5 tenths up as well, but he's invalidated.
We have got Josh the Guy around the last corner to the line for the Red Bull driver, up to second. It's a 16.5. As we'll keep an eye on Robsu as well. We do have a Haas approaching at the start-finish line. Not too sure who that was, but they did not improve. Robsu to the line. Goes second. Okay, Robsu.
Drogon.
We have
Drogon's on a good lap here. 310 sub coming through the last couple of corners.
Drogon to the line, is up to third position. Wow, as Kick Sauber really get their hands on the Constructors' title, and that's just in qualifying, as Robsu and Drogon. And shout out to Robsu actually out qualifying his tier 3 teammate and the tier 3 champion. That's a great effort. And maybe, although we're very impressed with Avenir's time in that session, Robsu's and Drogon's time still very respectable, especially Robsu's. Definitely that's caught me off guard and taken me by surprise, as Bacon Bear says they invalidated the penultimate corner and they was 8 tenths up. I mean, yeah, you could have relegated Canal Flow to the final spot on the grid there. But never mind, Bacon. It's going to be an interesting race with that wet stuff falling from the sky. Whilst the session is finished, we'll quickly run through the classified standings in a moment, and then yes, we'll just quickly run through the constructors' standings after we've done that, ready for the Australian Grand Prix.
Yes.
Joey B has kindly gone into the pits and is making us all wait for him to be done. Here we go.
There we go.
Right, so our classification for the Australian Grand Prix, we have Avenir on pole position with a stonking 1 minute 15.926. Joining him on the front row is Robsu in the Kick Sauber, and then Drogon in third, also in the Kick Sauber. And then in fourth, we have Josh the Guy in the Red Bull. Then Tia in the McLaren is in fifth. Nemo in sixth, a very impressive sixth for Nemo there in the Williams, actually. Joey B in seventh in the Red Bull. MSS in the Aston Martin in eighth. F1 Addict in the Haas in ninth. Manflo in the Alpine in 10th. Stanley in 11th in the Aston Martin. Runes DNF'd in the Mercedes in 12th. Canal Flow in the Haas in 13th. And Bacon Bear rounds off our 14 drivers in the Racing Bull. So do you have the constructors to hand? Oh my god, look at that rain.
I do. While we wait for this, what will be a crazy race to start, a constructors standing. So Kick Sabre lead the way, 33 points clear of Mercedes. I will go through the situation in just a second. Ferrari a good bit behind, tied on points with Red Bull though, so there's a fight that will be interesting today. McLaren fifth, trailing them by a good 50 points as well, and then Aston Martin, Williams, Haas, Alpine and RB round out the top 10. The situation with the constructors, Sauber, all they need to do is either get one driver inside the top 11 or two inside the top 14. So easier said than done, but you would definitely be thinking that they will get that job done today.
Well, considering the conditions here, anything can happen. It looks like all the drivers are going to be starting on the wet tyres.
I see Tier starting on the Inter.
Oh, okay, Inters is a good shout, but we have 5 red lights. And the season finale around Australia is underway. It's a good start for... my timing screens is a bit messed up. Avenir keeps the lead. He is ahead of Drogon and Robsu. As a few cars running wide, and that was Josh the Guy running slightly wide, I believe, there. But no harm done there for anybody. Everyone seems to be through and moving along nicely. No silly... as someone has flown off in the background. Runes. Oh, is that... No, that's connection issue. That is connection issue. Okay. Runes is having a bit of trouble with his internet. Josh has bugged, but yes, it's sorts itself out after the first sector as yellow flags further back as Runes has left the session. Yes, and Runes is key to the constructors here. I don't know if you can try and invite Runes back, but this is a disaster for Mercedes. And Drogon is all over the back of Avenir. And even Robsu has got Tier for company as Tier drops back down to 4th on the Inters, but doing a very good job keeping up with these front runners so far.
Yeah, certainly good start for the Kick Sabres. They've kept with Avenir, so that pace from the dry not quite transferring. It goes a bit deep through the hairpin. Is Drogon going to get the cut back here out onto the straight? I think he will. How much battery does he have to burn? It's so hard to overtake in the wet, and couldn't quite get the run, but he's certainly got the pace at the moment. And once again on the exit, he's gone very deep, Avenir. Drogon's going to go for it again. I think this could be the move, the bit of contacts.
As Avenir seems to be struggling in these wet conditions. On the opening few laps as Drogon looking for a move around the outside of Avenir. Nothing doing in turn 4 there, but it's still, we have a good train of 4 or 5 cars for the lead here. F1 Addict is getting involved. Manflo is retired, and that is a VSC. Yes.
Oh.
Runes is still, well, his car is still on the track, but Manflo has unfortunately retired in the Alpine and prematurely ending his season 28 laps too early there. So he is off to the Sun Lounger early before F1 26.
Yes. One more thing to add with Rooney's back there. Mercedes have to be first and second today to have any chance, of course, just in case that was not clear. And obviously that doesn't look like it's going to happen now, but what this does guarantee with Manflo out is as long as the Kick Sabres finish, they will be champions.
Yep, so Kick Sauber, all they've got to do now is just finish the race. Regardless, as we have Joey B into the pits, and I think he'll be going on to intermediate tyres. I think Tier may have called this absolutely right here, as the track will dry up, as the VSC ends and Joey B is in the pits. There's a few other drivers in the pits, and I'd imagine they'll be jumping on to the intermediate tyres. Canal Flow in the Haas picks up a 10-second speeding penalty in the pit lane.
That's a shame for him. I'm just keeping an eye. The gaps up front is still very small, and Drogon has got so much pace here, as he may even have a run down to turn 6. This is like we maybe saw in real life with people going for moves in kind of odd places, except this is proper racing. This is Drogon might have another run.
I've just quickly been asked to invite Runes if I can. I'll see what I can do.
Someone else who's starting to come to pace now is Tyr as well on those intermediates. As Drogon again has got a brilliant run. He's got a bit boxed in though. Can he maybe go for a dive? He needs to get in front because I think he has the pace to build a gap, but at the moment, not just yet. As Avenir's gone wide. Oh my, Drogon almost going off himself. That might invite Robsu through. It has. And Tyr as well. Drogon's lost 2 places there, and Tyr on the inters is now up into 3rd.
Drogon is trying to hang it around the outside, and maybe it's time for me to say that is his customary mistake for today's race, as I'm sure he will be swearing and throwing his hands around at me saying that, but he does often make one mistake a race, as I have invited Runes back into the session, and Scott says it's horrible to DNF so early in the race. I have no idea what you're on about, Scott. It was DNFing early isn't for everybody, and Robsu now works his way into the lead. He is ahead of Avenue. And this is the Robsy we know in the rain, and now watch him. I would not be surprised now he is clear out front. He will run and hide from the rest of the field. Tyr is also no stranger to these conditions. He loves the rain in any kind of Formula One game. It is definitely his forte, as Drogon is still on the back of this 4-car train. F1 Addict just keeping himself in touch, 1.5 seconds behind the front 4. Yes, Tyr looking for a move around the outside of Avenir. Can he get the move done? Still side by side, and Avenir gets the better drive, and I think Tyr is just going to back out that. Can he send a lunge around the outside, around the penultimate corner? Not quite. But all of a sudden, again, it changes, and Avenir's in the pits. He's had enough of those wet tyres.
Yes, into the pit lane. Not surprised he's struggling so much. We want to pick up Robsu. First of all, brilliant pace, but what we saw him do on Avenir, first of all, brilliant move, but that was what Drogon didn't have the confidence to do. He was just sitting there, but first opportunity for Robsu, and he was round the outside at turn 3, and that was sensational. Absolutely.
Robsu showing his fighting pedigree there. Bacon Bear sets the fastest lap. I didn't have that on my bingo card for tonight. Bacon Bear setting the fastest lap, but go on Bacon Bear. As Joey B was the first of the runners under the VSC to other than Tier to throw on the intermediate tyres, and Joey B will keep an eye on his gap to MS. It's currently 7 seconds. He's not a long way off the rest of the field. But yeah, he's still got a lot of work to do to try and trouble the front runners.
Yes, and Drogon is now kind of all over the back of Tier, which the Inters maybe aren't the outright fastest tyre, and we might be on the crossover point, but we are seeing some probably overheating issues now for Drogon. It's kind of becoming clear. Lead Inters runner, obviously Tier. This is Tier's race to lose now, I think. As into the pits comes Drogon, just so saying he didn't look too bad, but Drogon into the pit lane as his teammate flying out front.
Yes, Drogon has decided it's time for intermediates, as Robsu is just more than happy to run these wet tyres for as long as he can. Surely, I'm not too sure what the tyre wear will be like. I'd be amazed if you could get through the whole Grand Prix on one set of tyres, but it probably is doable. But Robsu maybe just trying to build a solid gap to maybe get a pit stop, knowing that he's got the pace to catch up to the front runners again.
Yeah, I mean, it's I reckon Robsu might stay out until he starts to lose considerable time to Tier. As long as he's faster, I don't think he'll care really what tyre he's on, but when Tier starts to catch him, it's time to change. But at the moment, F1 Addict's on the podium on those wet tyres.
No, it's a very, very solid start for F1 Addict. He has been quiet. He hasn't caught our attention too much, and that isn't necessarily a bad thing. It means he hasn't been involved in any drama, and he's just quietly gone about his business. And yes, he is up in a very respectable third position at the moment. The gap out front seems to have nullified around at 3 seconds. Robsu sets the fastest lap of this race, but I'm sure the times and the fastest laps will slowly start to come in as Nemo into the pits.
Yeah, JB's picked up damage somewhere. That is a big blow to his race, because he is, apart from Tier, he's the lead Inters runner. So he's I don't know where he's got damage, possibly pit entry, but he has got damage, and Drogon will be liking his chances. But we've seen Drogon's lack of being able to overtake so far, so JB might be able to hold him off.
Yeah, Joe will be ever so slow through the corners, but when he gets onto the back straight as Drogon riding the wall there. But now we're on the back straight, Joe will be like a rocket down here with that missing front end plate. As actually, scrap that, Drogon is the one who's flying, and and he's got both of his end plates. Joey B not fighting that one in the slightest, as the kick Sauber of Drogon works his way up to 5th position. And I would say, looking at the track, we are not far off intermediate conditions, as Robsu is in the pits.
Yes, Robsu pit lane. That was, as I thought, that was the first lap where Tier started to gain, and straight into the pits comes Robsu. So I reckon he'll come out around maybe the gap between Avenir and Bacon Bear, but maybe in front of Avenir. I'm not sure, but the pace is certainly good.
Robsu's out the pits
JB's
already.
Sticking with him. Oh, he's well in front of them. Oh, Josh the guy just in front. Oh, that was close.
That was very close, and I would imagine Robsu will waste no time behind this Red Bull car, especially after the next few corners. I can imagine the Robsu rocket ship is getting ready to launch in the next 10 seconds or so. You guys can count it down if you want to, but I'd imagine we're about to see Robsu get into third as Josh gets a little bit out of shape, and Canal Flow picks up another penalty as here we go. The Robsu rocket ship is in full effect.
Yeah, here he goes.
Yeah, there you go. It's just didn't even break a sweat. It was like watching the Formula One yesterday between Russell and Leclerc exchanging the lead in the earlier laps of that Grand Prix. And now F1 Addict in second is the highest runner on the wet tyres as it catches the grass ever so slightly and keeps the car under control. But he is staying out on those full wets as Robsu will be taking encouragement on watching that gap close down to F1 Addict ahead.
Yeah. Situation now though for Robsu. Assuming we saw it we saw it in Canada when it rained in I believe Tier 1. Yes. We saw people do the whole Grand Prix on a set of inters, so it's possible Drogon gets by Josh, but I'd like to see Tier maybe try and stick it out, stay out, and that means Robsu has got a gap to close down. He's got 15 seconds, 7 lap pressure tyres, so that gap should start to tumble down.
That gap, you said 15 seconds. He's closed 0.6 of a second since you said that, and dare I say, he's closed a second. He's closed a second. Yes, 13.9 seconds to the leader. I have got the leader on the timing boards at the moment because I feel that is the most important thing to keep an eye on. Robsu is flying in this Kick Sauber compared to Tier, and Tier will be aware of that gap flying down as it is. That is scary, and I think we're about to see a Robsu fastest lap flash up onto the screen.
Yes, if I take you back to Monaco this season, it started to rain on lap 30 and he was about even with Avenir. By the end of the race, lap 39, he was 30.7 seconds clear. So we know how fast Robsu is in the wet, and he's showing it again today. It's pit lane for... Was that someone in... Yes, pit lane for Josh the Guy.
Yes, Josh the Guy is in the pits, getting rid of those wet tyres, as he throws on the set of the intermediates. Hard tyres, that will probably be the bravest. Yeah, that wouldn't work currently. I would not advise that at all. So on board with Robsu at the moment, I've been keeping an eye on him. I'm sorry to everybody else. Feels like I've been riding on board with Robsu for the last few laps, but he is absolutely flying in this Kick Sauber at the moment. And if there's anyone making anything happen on the track at the moment, it is the flying Finn in the Kick Sauber. Is definitely channeling his inner Kimi Räikkönen at the moment.
Yeah, it's F1 Addict. Those full wet tyres do not look fun at this stage, and he might come into the pit lane here, you know. Yes, he does. And the gap out front is just a mere probably 12 and a half seconds between Robsu and Tier.
Not as much progress from Robsu on that lap, but it'll all be about if Tier can manage these tyres to the end of the race now. Like you said, Tier is he's committed very early on now, obviously from the start of the race. He needs to try and see it through to the very end now, but everybody is on the fresher tyres, and even the guys in third, and especially Drogon is closing that gap ever so slowly, but not enough. But Robsu is the man to watch. It's a purple first sector for the Kick Sauber.
And three drivers starting to get closer to each other as Drogon, JB and Avenir. So this is the fight for the podium at the moment, and all the gaps hovering around a second. We've got another little battle between F1 Alex Stanley and Nemo as well. But gap out front continuing to tumble, and I think it's a matter of when, not if, Robsu catches and passes Tier at this stage.
Yeah, absolutely. the chat are talking about whether Tyr can go to the end. Some saying he can, some saying he can't. That is the wonders of Formula One. You can't rule anything out, as I'm sure Tyr will try and go at least to the halfway point, and then put his options on the table as to what he's going to do.
Yeah, Nemo and Stanley having a bit of an incident there. It was just coming through the high-speed right in the final sector, and Stanley's shoving wide Nemo, not having any of it, and Nemo is going to have to try again.
Yes, Nemo down in ninth, just 7/10 behind the Aston Martin driver. Will have to have another bite of the cherry if he's to get past him, as he gets excellent drive out of turns 1 and 2, and yes, just sitting behind the Aston Martin driver, who is in 8th at the moment. They have a comfortable 12-second gap to Josh, who is behind at the moment. Can we just assume Tyr will get 3 seconds? Yes, we can. It won't be long before Tyr gets a time penalty there, Scott. We know it's coming.
He's only got one warning so far, which was lap 1, turn 1. So maybe not today. This might be the day, but I've probably just cursed him. Anyway, Avenir's getting very close to JB.
Yes, JB does have that front wing damage, and I mean, in these conditions, I think I'd have to just think about a new front wing altogether. You can see just how much time Joe has lost to Drogon now, 2.5 seconds. It's not a huge amount of time, but it's an uncomfortable sort of pace through these slower corners, as I'm sure Avenir will pull the trigger very soon, as actually Drogon has made a mistake, and Joey B is through up to 3rd position. Not too sure what happened to Drogon there, but another customary mistake from the Kix Alba driver. Little does it matter to him, though. He is the Tier 3 champion this season, but Joey B has inherited a podium position as it stands, and Drogon does have a time penalty as well, as Drogon definitely looking to get this. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
That was a ferociously close overtake there from Drogon, and now Avenir's going to have a bite of the cherry on the inside of Joe, and Joe sticks it around the outside there, and Joe defending this P4 for all his might here. It's not often we see Joe get too feisty. Normally he lets cars go if he thinks they're clearly faster than him, but no, he's adamant that Avenir shall not pass.
Yeah, I mean, Drogon with another mistake. I won't say it's becoming a thing, but it's kind of becoming a thing in this race. Well, if not this season, but it hasn't stopped him from being champion, so that's really all that matters. But Avenir is falling back a little bit now as well, so that pace that we saw a couple of laps ago starting to fall back. Robsu's got the gap down, although it's starting to not gain as quickly anymore from Robsu. He's still closing in though.
Yeah, well, I think most of the time, like, you just watch down the back straight, you can see the gap closing along the straight. That is where he is making his time, hand over fist, compared to Tyr. Definitely the Kix Alba driver has got Joe's definitely got Joe's number. Joe got Tyr's number down the back straight.
Something I'm noticing as well, sorry to interrupt, he's pretty much drifting through every single corner, Robsu.
Yeah, we've seen him drift in the rain before, and I mean, it works for him, and it's clearly given him such a great advantage to everybody else. He'll have to teach us his ways, because he is no slouch in the rain.
Yeah, certainly is not, and as I said, the pace was starting to go away for Avenir. He's got back up again, so he's used a lot of battery in doing so. But Avenir and JB, I believe this battle will keep going until the end now. I don't expect that to change. It's really the only battle that we have going on right now, so for now.
Yes, it is. It's the closest battle on track at the moment, but the most important battle is for the lead. But Avenir will be keen to get past the Red Bull of Joey B ahead of him. Be vital to get the move done, to say the least. As now Avenir still burning his battery, and Joe retaliating. As we at the back, I've been told it is Runes versus Nowflow at the back, as Runes is looking to get the overtake done. Joey B gets 3 seconds as Tyr comes into the pits.
Yes, it's that for Tyr for now. So I would have liked to see him try go to the end. I mean, he's basically handed the Sabre the win now, but I feel like it was worth the try. I mean, nothing to lose, you know.
Yeah,
last race, I am a bit disappointed at that actually, because Drogon's in as well. What?
Yes, Drogon is in, so maybe, just maybe, that is the first indication that these intermediate tyres will not go to the end, and we will have to keep an eye on the gap between Robsu and Tyr now, as Robsu again goes purple in the first sector. He just never slows down in these conditions, as Ghost has said, has just joined. Australia in the wet is the easiest Robsu win of all time. Wow, it's hard to bet against that at the moment. But can Robsu get these tyres to the end? Tyr has called absolute blinder, starting on the inters, and he has pulled his way up. Wow, he hasn't pulled his way up, but he's managed to stay with the front runners. As I don't think Robsu will be able to get these tyres to the end, surely. No, he's in.
Pit lane.
Yeah, he's in. Look who's in fifth, by the way. Bacon Bear in fifth position, getting overtaken by F1 Addict. Now Bacon Bear is down to sixth, but Bacon Bear is having a fantastic outing in the wet conditions here. Yeah, if Bacon Bear definitely hangs around there, it's slam dunk, automatically driver of the day.
Yes.
Yellow
That's
flag.
one of the Sabres.
It's
Drogon's had
Drogon.
on off again. It's close as well between Robsu and Tyr, so the gap has come down in the pit stop windows there. The gap has certainly come down between Tyr and Robsu. So that is a game on between those two.
Yes, that is very, very tight indeed. Now we'll have a straight shootout till the end of the race. But where did Robsu catch up all of that time? The gap before the pits was like 7 seconds, and now Robsu's got 3 seconds for his woes. And now the most weird situation for Tyr is that he can win a race if he does not get a track limits penalty. But Tyr has looked very comfortable so far, as Joey B is still on the case of Avenir, as Joey B box without me noticing. Stops.
No,
just the one stop for Joey B. Yes, that's why he's still got the front left missing end plate at the moment. As actually Avenir runs wide, Joey B gets the drive at the inside. Does the Red Bull driver? Yes, contact indeed. But Joey B has got himself back into third position, albeit with a 3 second track limit penalty.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna, for information purposes, Tyr has got himself a second warning on that last couple of laps, so pressure building up. But Robsu's pace at the moment, can't believe I'm saying this, isn't on the level of Tyr since the pit stops. But I'd expect that to change within the next couple of laps.
Yes, as a few people are tipping Tier to hold on to this race win in these conditions at the moment. So we will keep an eye on the McLaren driver. But look at the speed, closing speed that Drogon's got.
Yeah.
He has closed a good half a second down that back straight, and just riding the curb there was Robsu. Looked like he got off the accelerator, so perhaps no track limits warning there. But now Robsu is all over the gearbox of this McLaren of Tier.
Yes, it won't be long as Avenir's going back through. But he's gone deep again. That's a lovely switchback from JB. I want to see that one in action over the week later, as maybe Avenir's back through as well. This is incredible racing between these two. And we flick back to the front. Robsu with the fastest lap, and he's now on the offensive.
Yeah, Robsu is all over the back of the McLaren. As Josh has asked why Drogon is in ninth, he had a mistake in the third sector, and he has unfortunately found himself towards the back of the field now. I don't think Drogon's going to care too much, as the Kicksalbers are doing everything they need to do to seal this Constructors' Championship. So now Robsu will keep an eye on his closing speed down this back straight at Australia, as the gap was half a second as they joined the straight. It is 4.5 tenths now, 3.5 tenths, a quarter of a second, and that is ferocious closing speed. If Robsu can get this nailed right, and he does, he gets to drive on the McLaren ahead. Will the Kick-Sauber go for the lunge somewhere? Tier goes very defensive. Robsu's braking late. Tier has almost out-braked himself. It's a good switchback from Robsu. He has clear air now, and can he pull off and get the 3 seconds he needs to win this Grand Prix? Tier just needs to stay in the wing mirrors of that of the Kick-Sauber to get the race win here.
Yep, I will definitely put some money on the fact that Robsu will get that three seconds. I think his pace is going to be fairly incredible in these last couple of laps. Can we just... F1 Addict is on the back of JB now, going for a possible P4 in this race. His tyres are old, but we know he would need to get them about 18 laps, and Bacon Bear's gone 17 laps on this set of tyres, so it's possible, as maybe here comes F1 Addict actually down into turn 3. They lock wheels a little bit, but he should get the move done. Bit more contact. That was messy, but I mean, he's through, but I don't think JB will be too pleased.
No, there's a weird braking line on my first observation there. Definitely a shout out to Bacon Bear at the moment. Superb race. Bacon Bear, I'm sure they wouldn't mind me saying, finds herself at the back of the grid every single race, fighting on their own or for very little. But Bacon Bear is having an absolute barnstormer of a race tonight, and yes, keep it going. I hope you're not listening, Bacon Bear, in all fairness. I don't want to distract you or make you too excited. Hopefully, if you're watching back, you can hopefully take my encouragement from there. Robsu is well clear of Tier, as we've been distracted by the action further down. Robsu is just completely...
Runes is out. Runes has gone on the wall. Yep.
Runes is out.
He got wide.
It's a VSC, it's not a safety car, and that is Mercedes' hopes of the constructors done. Kick-Sauber are your constructors champions for Tier 3 in season 19. So yes, we can officially announce it on lap 21. Congratulations to Kick-Sauber. They are the constructors champions, as Runes has all bet ended. the Mercedes charge. Oh
no.
no, Bacon Bear.
Oh, that's ruined. That has ruined my week. That has.
Yeah.
Ah.
And Ghost just saying, like I said, easiest Robsu win of all time. It's not, wow, there's only half a second to Tier, really, as I hope Tier can close up that half a second, because that will help my prediction that I made, because that's the only points I'm going to be getting for that. F1 Addict is on the case of Avenir now, and maybe F1 Addict can close the gap to Avenir and perhaps snatch a podium position here in the Haas. Joey B still with sporting that front wing damage and is unfortunately going backwards. Bacon Bear into the pits and gets 10 seconds to speeding in the pits. It's a total head loss from Bacon Bear.
This is hard to watch.
It's the commentator's curse, isn't it?
I'm a bit speechless, to be honest. Like, I'm devastated for.
I mean, just keep going, Bacon Bear. Keep going. You never know what can happen. F1 is a funny old sport sometimes, and can throw up any kind of surprise. Also, MS is in the pit lane serving a drive-through penalty. So the gap to Robsu for Tier is 4.2 seconds, and I think we can say sayonara to the Kicksauber in first place. They are gone.
Yes, seemingly so, but anything can happen. It's not so. Well, there's just one more nail, but Robsu is certainly going quick out front, but Tier's still just thereabouts, where if there is a mistake from the Kicksaber, he's right there at the pounce. So let's not call the bets yet, but it's still looking good for Robsu, and I've got the glitch with the engine revs on the onboards, and my ears hurt now. Great.
Yeah, thankfully I've just got the broadcast camera on at the moment. Yellow flags. Who is that for? That is for Josh the guy. Yes, as he does have a missing end plate on that Red Bull. Hello, Thomas, in the chat. Welcome aboard to the Tier 3 finale. It's been a great watch so far in the wet conditions. We have been provided with some good, close racing. And dare I say, Tier has closed the gap slightly on this lap.
Oh, he has. I mean, maybe he... my word! That's we've cursed him again, and the gap is right back to where it was. That was a hell of a moment.
That was Code Brown there for Tier, as just slipping on the grass ever so slightly. But Tier just needs to find half a second. Wow, actually, 0.3 of a second in the last 6 laps of this Grand Prix. Runes saying that he had a solid performance today. Yes, Runes, that is definitely not going to get you driver of the day, unfortunately. That kind of performance at your home Grand Prix, hang your head in shame. And I had you to win the race in my predictions championship with Ghost and Sumo, which you have ultimately ruined there. So yes, I can only wish bad things for you, Runes. So the gap for F1 Addict has unfortunately dropped back from Avenir, as Avenir is building on a very solid podium here. The gap for Tyr has extended again to Robsu. Whether Tyr has made a mistake or Robsu is just teasing the McLaren is yet to be seen. But Robsu is flying, and as Ghost said in the chat earlier, this is the easiest win of all time. I wouldn't say it's the easiest win of all time, but I'm not shocked if Robsu comes home to win, as Robsu is about to lap MS. Not sure if Kevin is there. He's gone quiet on me.
Mike broke or something. I'm not sure why.
No, that's fair enough.
Drogon. Good move.
Drogon gets past Joey B for 5th position. Drogon has worked his way back up the field after a bit of a troublesome middle stint in this Australian Grand Prix. I think it is fair to say, as the Kick Saubers celebrate their constructors title in style. F1 Addict, I think his tyres have gone night on that Haas. There are a few drivers. There are 4 drivers left out of the 12 who do not have track limits penalties. Tyr, Avenir, F1 Addict, and MS are the drivers without penalties at the moment. There it is. There's Tyr's at 3 seconds. And yes, Scott said he refused to believe that Tyr wouldn't win this race. And I'm afraid it's time to let go of those feelings there, Scott. Just have to accept that Tyr will be second today.
Yes, there's the time penalty for Tyr. I thought maybe we would get a Grand Prix without a time penalty for Tyr, but why do we get nice things? So we've got Nemo is the closest person to making an overtake at this stage. JB is just falling further and further back, and the wing damage really hurt him. I still think he should have came in under one of the VSCs, pulling his best Ferrari engineer impression in this Tier 3 race right now. Nemo is going to be all over the back of him. Down the straight, there is closing speed, is burning a lot of battery. I don't think he will try a move here. Maybe round the outside, possibly into turn 9. They make contact, and very sketchy for Nemo. He's probably wasted his best opportunity there.
Yes, I think he has. I think Joe perhaps just closed the door a little too late there as well. Nemo all over the back of the Red Bull, as I think we're going to see a lunge potentially in the next few corners. As now we're down to 3 drivers without penalties, as Canal Flow even is going to lose a position to MS, but that is all MS is going to gain because of the penalties. As that is it. Everyone else will roughly finish as they are.
Nemo's going round the outside of JB, and that's a brilliant move, but he's gone in deep, and JB's going to get him right back straight away. Nemo's going to have to try again for round 3. But this is going to be a good battle right to the end, I think. Nemo
will want to dispatch this Red Bull because surely Nemo would feel that they have the pace to... Look how much that Williams is pushing compared to the Red Bull, and no defense this time from Joey B. Nemo is through, and he does have a clear track in front of them. So can they find 6 seconds to consolidate P6.
Yeah, I think he will, judging by the pace here, no, but we'll see. As Drogon's getting up very close to maybe being able to get a P3 on track. He's caught up to F1 Addict, to significantly drop back. I want to look at the tyre age, actually. 23 lap old tyres on Avenir, and his pace is still pretty decent, which is impressive, but F1 Addict hasn't been able to keep up.
Yeah, F1 Addict is not able to keep up the pace of Avenir in front of him. Drogon does have a 3-second track limits penalty, and Drogon will need to get the move done sooner rather than later now. We're on lap 28 of 29, the penultimate race of Tier 3 in... the penultimate lap of Tier 3 in Season 19, should I say. This is the finale as...
Contact. That's a bit of grass as well.
Yes, as Drogon finds himself into the back of F1 Addict there. So the Hash driver keeping 4th position as it stands.
Yes, I wouldn't. If Robsu's listening, he may give us a bit of a drift show on this last lap. I think he is, actually, or he's going for fastest lap possibly. But he's certainly pushing. He has not let off the pace all race.
Purple first sector,
and he's purple in the first sector. Yeah, this is a seriously good attempt so far. He's gone faster by almost a second compared to lap 28 in that first sector, and I will let you know he's even faster again in the second sector.
Yes, Robsu treating this final lap like a qualifying lap. Joey B has got past Nemo down the pit straight a few moments ago. I think Nemo must have made a mistake, but Joey B is going to claim 6th position after that. But we're on board with Robsu as he comes around the penultimate corner and the final corner. It's a win in the rain for Robsu. I've got my shocked face on right now as as Robsu to the line wins the race and takes the fastest lap and comfortably clear of Tyr in the end. Tyr comes home for a very respectable P2, and then in 3rd position we have got Avenir in a world of his own, a long way off Tyr and comfortably ahead of F1 Addict, whose tyres just did not want to know at the end of that race. So Avenir finishes on the podium after a very strong qualifying session. F1 Addict swerves across the line in the Haas. Drogon slowing down, doing a donut for us. Don't get disqualified, Drogon. Don't get disqualified.
It won't matter anyway. They are champions.
Yeah.
Tier 3 season 19.
Joey B to the line in 6th. Nemo, his AI plowed into the back of Joe and DNF'd as he is missing that front left tyre. Bacon Bear gets the doesn't get the 10-second penalty removed, so that gets added to her race time. So there we have it.
Good race, that.
It was
interesting with the rain.
Yes, the rain definitely made it a lot more of a spectacle. I'd imagine if it was dry, it could have been Avenir running off with that. But Robsu done his rain dance earlier on today and got his wish, and he is on the top step of the podium ahead of Tyr, and Avenir joins the 3 of them, or the 2 of them, on the podium. Right, so just to run through the final standings for the Australian Grand Prix in Tier 3. That was round 10 of 10. So Robsu takes the race win in the final race of the season. Superb drive from the Kicksauber. Tier in second in the McLaren. Avenir in third in the Mercedes. F1 Addict worked his way up from ninth in the Haas. Drogon is in fifth in the Kicksauber. Joey B in sixth in the Red Bull. Nemo in seventh in the Williams. Stanley in eighth in the Aston Martin. Josh DeGuy in ninth in the Red Bull. Bacon Bear in 10th in the Visa Cash App Racing Bull. MS in 11th in the Aston Martin. Canal Flow in the Haas finishes 12th. And Runes and Manflow are our two DNFs for tonight.
Yeah, that was. I must admit, I'm still slightly devastated by the penalty for Bacon Bear. I was I was getting excited halfway through that race, but things happen, as we've seen many times this season. With many drivers, things can turn on their head very, very quickly.
Well, I'm going to pitch out there my driver of the day, regardless of the drive-through penalties. I'm more than happy to give it to Bacon Bear, just even if you took those away from Bacon Bear. A very strong race. Being asked about potential interviews, I will quickly double check because I think my dinner might actually be ready. I will
I
check
can
that.
take interviews if you
Yeah,
prefer.
if you feel if you want to, I think my dinner's literally just been pulled out the oven. But yeah, so I'm more than happy to give driver of the day to Bacon Bear if you are.
Fully agree. Brilliant drive. Definitely her strongest drive of the season. So that was great to see.
Yeah, regardless of the penalties, and I think everyone's going to be walking away happy tonight anyway. Kicksauber's our constructors champions. Robsu gets a race win. Tier on the podium, and Avenir also on the podium too. I feel it's only fair. Bacon Bear is as as in most races has just carried on in tier 3, no matter what adversity is thrown their way. They always race and have very good attendance. So Bacon Bear, you are the round 10 driver of the day.
Yes, if we are doing it, we need to figure out where we do mean the tier 2 channel, probably, for those listening who are.
That's a good point. So Avenir, are you on PlayStation or PC?
Yes, and we probably. Avenir's already in that tier 2 PC interviews channel.
Okay. Let me see what I can do then.
Bear with us, folks, while we get this sorted. We don't usually do interviews for tier 3, so we're going to try and make this happen for you.
Let me just put it in tier 3 chat.
Yep.
Right, let's join Avenir. Oh, let's sorry, bear with me. I've got to try and work out how to do this. Let me just Discord voice chats. we go. Can you hear me, Avenir? There we go. Sorry, just reading Denko's comment on YouTube. Just make sure this gets streamed. Sorry, I've got my stream on. Can you we hear Avenir? Yeah, I think we're. No, Danko says no. For some reason, I can't get loudspeaker to work on my voice chat. We will try and work it out.
Just join on my phone, put it on loudspeaker, and play the interview into my mic. I think works good. So what I would do is I'll leave this Discord chat. You might be able to tell that we've never done tier three.
There's a soundboard. Brilliant.
Okay, hello, the champion is here. Yeah, tier two next season. No, I can't beat Denko. We'll see. I'd be surprised if Denko doesn't get all those assists. Denko will be in tier one next season, I strongly suspect. Oh, really? Well, tier two champions usually
Oh,
get the
there we go.
upgrade and by 55 points as well, which is as it currently is.
Yeah, if anyone on YouTube can let me know if you can hear the chat now, and then hopefully I've worked out so we will be able to have interviews with everybody. Yes, Avenir and Drogon, welcome to the interview room. Drogon is our tier 3 champion this season, and also sealing the constructors title today along with Robsu. We'll go to Avenir first. So your qualifying pace today was absolutely ferocious. Do you think that the rain had a factor in maybe just hindering your pace there?
Oh, definitely. I ran a dry setup, and from what I'm reading now, everyone had pretty much 20 to 30 wings more than me. So in the wet, there was no chance I could beat Robsu in tier. So to bring it in P3 was pretty much the best I could hope for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that was a very good outing for you there, Avenir. P3 was a very strong and solid result. I think it's looking likely our next season will be on F126. So just looking ahead, I mean, it's too early to say without playing the game or anything yet. Surely a title charge is your next ambition for tier 3.
Yeah, I mean, this season is kind of weird because going into it, I missed the first 2 races, so I was already 41 points behind the lead. But I think going on as I kicked on through the season, getting 5 podiums in 8 races was a decent surprise. Going into the season, I was really downbeat on my chances, but it was actually Hugo who really got my spirits up and told me to just go for it and see what's possible. And P4 in the end in the drivers and P2 in the constructors is pretty good showing, I guess.
No, it's very impressive. You had very strong pace there. Towards the end of the season too, you can definitely see where your progress and the results were coming to you. Just unfortunately for you, that Drogon had the season of his life in Tier 3. And yes. So we'll move promptly on to our Tier 3 champion, Drogon. Thank you so much for joining myself and Kevin in the interview room. How does it feel being a Tier 3 champion? You've been in APP for long enough now, so how sweet does that feel?
It's a relief. I was trying to get here from when I joined APP from my first race in Imola, where I had a fight with Aces. I just always kept pushing, but at some point I switched to wheel, and this started to go downwards from there on. And there was also the injury of my thumb at one point, so hopes weren't really high for title. And as soon as Tier 3 got introduced, I was like, all right, I think this is my chance. I can go for it. And after some seasons, I finally did it. Just had to get used to wheel, etc. And I did it finally.
No, it's very, 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 very good drive. I'm quite sure that you're not racing with any assists, are you?
No, I'm fully without assists.
Yeah, I mean, it's like because I'm quite sure that Ghost did he take race in line off of you, and you turned around and said no, you'll just rather race with nothing then.
No, I was already only with racing line, and after the nerf, it happened to be no assists at all.
Yeah.
So I was with just line for a while, just because I knew with ABS off, which was my struggle at the beginning, I could gain a lot of time turning it off. And yeah, at some point I just went for it and had to go with no line as well.
Yeah, well, it's been great to see your progress throughout Tier 3, and even it's shown in Tier 2 last week. I believe you got your a long-awaited podium, or first podium in a very long time in Tier 2. So it's great to see you really excelling at the game and charging up the order. As Robsu has just managed to join us. Yes, Robsu has joined the interviews for. So yeah, I feel we've spoken to Drogon, our Tier 3 champion, but let's speak to our finale winner today, Robsu. How does it feel to win at Australia once again in the wet?
Okay. Nah, I mean, amazing, I say. I mean, like I said in the chat, there's something just about rain in Australia. I don't know why it, works for me, but I'm not complaining.
It feels like you definitely have some sort of weather control in Australia, where the moment you arrive, it just rains and you get the job done. Overall this season, I mean, you and Drogon sealed the Constructors Championship as well this evening. So there's a kind of a double celebration going on here with yourself winning tonight's race and Drogon was sealing the championship last week, and you both having the Constructors as well. So, you've both got plenty to shout about for the Kick Saubers to finish this season. As I said to Avnir earlier on, I know we haven't played F1 26 yet. but what's your next ambitions for the next season in Tier 3? Are you going to look for a proper title charge, or are you just happy to carry on as you are at the moment?
Well, I'd say, definitely going for the title. I mean, I might not have the strongest case, but I still feel like that there could be opportunities in races particularly. And so yeah, I mean, we'll see, but definitely going for the title. But I'm not gonna put any pressure on myself about it. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Kevin, do you have any questions you'd like to ask these guys?
You've covered a lot there, but I suppose Kicksaber in general. So, question for the two of you: the start of the season obviously went very well for Mercedes. They were right in the fight from the very, very start. Obviously, after the first round, they were in front of you, and they kept extending that gap for the first couple of races. But your consistency this season was incredible. So, is there anything do you guys practice together, or do you do anything to constantly stay on the same page, which led to just quite kind of incredible consistency throughout the season?
Do you want to go first, Dragon?
Yeah, I can. So I was already practicing a lot since I knew I was up there with Liu in the first two races. But then as soon as I got nerfed, I had to extra practice more to get used to no assist at all. And I just kept my head in there. Every chance I could get, I practiced on the game, time trial, races against the AI, etc., and I think it worked out. And there are, of course, one thing I need to work on are my mandatory mistakes. Thank you, Lawrence. But today my mistakes were technical because today I had really a lot of problems with my shifting. I couldn't upshift or downshift a lot of the times, which made me go wide. But yeah, I think I did all right.
If I can jump in, if I may. That happens when your wheelbase overheats. I had the same technical failure in Canada.
Okay. All right. So I practiced a little bit too much, I think. Thank you.
Yeah. As for me, I also run no assist, but I have the line on like Drogon, so it's very impressive that he's had this pace for the entire season.
Thank you.
So for me, I really don't practice that much. Well, it depends on track, but I really mostly do just time trials basically and trying different setups and then tweaking them a little bit. But and that's pretty much all I do. But for example, for today, for Australia, I practiced for quite a time actually, and I couldn't really find a proper setup. Couldn't find a sweet spot, anyway, basically. But so so in a way, I'd say the rain kind of has saved me perhaps, because if it would have been dry throughout the race, I think I would have struggled a bit. But yeah.
Yeah, well, it's been great to have you guys join myself and Kevin in the interview room this evening. So I think it's time to wrap up there for another fantastic Tier 3 season. If you guys are listening, get into the Discord and tag Ghost to upload the podcast. And
come on, what are you doing?
Yes, give him a hard time, as we always do here in APP. Yes, any parting comments, Kevin?
Not much. Been a good first half of season in Comms Box. I've enjoyed it. And season of green kicks over. The lean green machine.
Yeah, it's definitely a season of celebration for the Kick Sauber team, soon to be the Audi F1 team. Next time we go racing. So I will end it there. Thank you all so much for joining us for the Tier 3 season finale at Australia. Thank you, Kevin, as well, for joining me in the Commons box for half the season, and hopefully we'll get to see you again soon next time we go racing.
Yes, I do very much hope so as well. I should be here. I don't see why not.
Excellent. Well, next time round then, for season 20, we will see you then. Thank you all so much for joining us. Have a great break, and catch you all soon. Thank you very much, and goodbye.